Welcome to Lucas Oil Stadium in Indianapolis, Indiana for the Midwest Region semifinal. When we're done from Indy this weekend, we will know who is headed to Atlanta for the Final Four. Could it be one of these two teams? That's the question. The one-seeded Kansas Jayhawks taking on the four-seed Michigan State Spartans. We are almost ready for basketball. Hunter Baumgart here with you from Indianapolis. Super excited to bring you this one. Both of these teams coming into this game after winning their first two in the tournament. And we're kicking off a Midwest region that looks real interesting. The one seed and the four seed, the two favorites meeting in this matchup. But then you have the 3-seed Seton Hall facing a 10-seed in USC that is upset-minded. And that game coming up next after this one here from Indy. But tonight, we start with Kansas, Michigan State. Two storied programs, and I'm super excited to have you with us. Hunter Baumgart here from Indianapolis. Starting lineups right there. You can see not much has changed for either team after the last round. We are set. Kansas in the white jerseys, white shorts, blue numerals. Michigan State in the green jerseys, green shorts with the white stripes and white numerals. We are underway. Kansas secures the tip. Moss with it on the right side here in Lucas Oil Stadium. This is a fantastic stadium that has hosted Final Fours. It's obviously the home to the Indianapolis Colts, and we're excited to be here for the Midwest region. All right, a three is good, and the Kansas Jayhawks start real quickly with a three. Ochai Agbaji, my bad. All right, Michigan State with a two. That's no good. Rebound by Kansas, and the Jayhawks bring it down. So Agbaji with a quick three, and we'll see if Kansas can add on to that lead here. Moss on the left side. Gets it to Dotson. Back to Moss. Back to Azubuike, top of the key. Right side for three, no good. Rebound by the Michigan State Spartans. That three taken by Isaiah Moss. Just underway here in the Midwest region. You can see this is a very big stadium. No good on the two. You can see this is a very big stadium. Very wide floors, and as we're gonna have a out of bounds, and Coach Tom Izzo doesn't like that call, but that's what the refs decide. So Kansas will remain with the basketball. 3-0 Kansas. 17 to shoot. Azubuike on the left side. Gets to Moss. 10 to shoot. Azubuike to Garrett. Garrett with 3 to shoot. Now Azubuike going to get back to Garrett. Barely gets off the three, and he nails it. Oh, man. 3 for Marcus Garrett, the junior from Dallas, Texas, and it's 6-0 Kansas already. Of course, Kansas got out to a nice lead against Florida in the second round, but then Florida came all the way back and made it a very good game till the end, but Kansas ended up pulling away to secure their spot in the final 16 teams of this Live Sim Sports College Hoops Tournament. Good to have you with us here on YouTube. Watts with it for Michigan State. To Hall for two. That's good, and Michigan State is on the board with a 2 from Malik Hall, the freshman from Aurora, Illinois. 6-2 Kansas, 7:49 to go first quarter. We play 4 10-minute quarters. Winner of this one in the final 8 teams of this tournament. Dotson for 3, good, and Kansas with a 9-2 lead. All their buckets coming from long distance here so far this evening. 9-2 the score. All right, Michigan State with a basketball. Driving up, blocked. That's a block inside. I believe that was by Baji, and now Kansas with the basketball. No, I beg your pardon. That was Azubuike, who scores on the opposite end. It's 11-2. Udoka Azubuike, there you go. He averaged about 14 points a game, 10 rebounds, 1 assist. Tillman with it for Michigan State. Under 7 to play in this first. 11-2 already. And Michigan State finds themselves easily in a hole. Cassius Winston, who had a nice game in the second round. And now we have a 3 is good for Michigan State. It's 11-5. But Cassius Winston, he's a very key cog on this team. So we'll see if he is able to help Michigan State with the upset victory here this evening. Kansas now. And Azubuike with a slam. He's having a nice early couple of minutes, and it's 13-5 Kansas. Wow, did the reach back and slam it home on that one. Watts with it for the Michigan State Spartans. Tillman with it on the left side. It's to Winston for three. There you go. Cassius Winston with a tray ball. It's 13-8 with 6:10 to go in the first quarter. Both teams not shooting too terribly here early going. Dotson with it for Kansas, and it's going to be stolen. Cassius Winston not only gets a three, but he steals it. As I said, he's a key guy on this team. He puts it up for two. No good, but a foul. Dotson going to be called for the foul. Kansas fans not liking it, but that's the call. Cassius Winston will go to the line and shoot two. Cassius Winston at the line. He is a senior from Detroit, Michigan. Leading scorer on this Michigan State Spartan team. They only have two players that average double figures this year. Cassius Winston and Xavier Tillman. Winston's free throw is no good. Cassius averages about 18.5 points a game and about 2.5 rebounds. Michigan State tied for the Big Ten championship this season with both Maryland and Wisconsin. All right, free throw coming here. Winston up and good. Of course, then they went on to beat both Vermont and Yale. 13 seed Vermont, 12 seed Yale. So this is by far their biggest test of the tournament so far. But Cassius Winston making 1 of 2 at the line, and it's 13-9. Dotson now for three, no good. Rebound tipped around and gotten by the Michigan State Spartans. Quickly up the floor, in the lane, up for two, good. Oh man, that was impressive. Rocket Watts, and it's 13-11. Watts now with 5 points. He's 2 for 3 from the field. Now Michigan State is on a 9-2 run, and they've cut it within 2 here in Indy. Moss thought about the three, now going to drive, now kick it back out. Garrett with it. 4 to shoot. Garrett for 2. That's no good. Tipped around. Michigan State secures the rebound. That's Tillman. And they quickly get it up the floor to the Spartans. Quickly. All the way baseline. Watts with it. He had the 2 on the last possession for the Spartans. Watts, does it get stolen away? Almost. A lot of dribbling here. He dribbled all the way to the hoop and now has dribbled all the way back out to the logo. 3 to shoot. He's just going to have to fire up a deep 3. It's no good. Rebound, put back, no good. Rebound again. Up and Hall, no good. And Kansas gets it. 3 opportunities. A couple wide open opportunities as well. Now Kansas the other way. Moss in the lane. Now he backs it out. Isaiah Moss in the corner. In for 2. Dotson, yes. And it's 15-11. Devin Dotson, the sophomore from Charlotte, North Carolina. Welcome you, those of you just joining us here on YouTube. This is the live Sim Sports College Hoops Tournament in the Midwest region. We've got the 4-seeded Spartans against the 1-seed Kansas Jayhawks. Hunter Baumgart with you from Lucas Oil Stadium in Indy. Winner of this game plays the winner of USC and Seton Hall. That game coming up right next, right after this one here in Indy. And there you go, another big shot for the Spartans. This is a 3, and it's 15-14, a 1-point game. And the Jayhawks, Bill Self wants a timeout. 15-14, it's a good one so far in the Midwest region. 3:45 to go in the first. You're watching the Live Sim Sports College Hoops Tournament. All right, we are back. 15-14 Kansas. 3:45 to go in the first. So 13:45 left in the half. Kansas Jayhawks, to get here, they, of course, won their 1-16 matchup and then beat Florida in what was a very tough game last weekend. Moss for 3. No good. Rebound Michigan State. And the Spartans will bring it up the floor quickly. Henry with it for Michigan State. Couple of new faces out there. Cassius Winston remains, though. Gets the ball back to Ahrens on the left side. Of course, Ahrens getting that horrific injury in March of last year. Now a 3 is good, and the Michigan State Spartans with a 17-15 lead. How about that? Garrett with it for Kansas. Garrett going to drive. Garrett going to pass it out to absolutely no one. And the Spartans are going to have the ball. I think he almost should have just tried to score on that one, but decided to try to pass it to a teammate, and it did not work. So the Michigan State Spartans will take over with the basketball. 17-15, they have a lead. They were down 11-2. Since then, they're on a 15-4 run. It has been impressive. Watts with it, going to drive in the lane. Now pass it out to Winston, who barely secures it. Almost had just a repeat of what happened on the other end with the Jayhawks. Ahrens with it for Michigan State. Now to Watts, guarded by Moss. 3 to shoot for 2. No good. Rebound by the Spartans. Put back is no good. Tillman tried to put it back up and in. Did not work, and the Kansas Jayhawks bring it down. Abaji with it. 15 to shoot. Going to drive at the free throw line. Almost lost it. Now he's just going to put up a shot, and he missed it. Cassius Winston gets the rebound, and he gets to Henry. Henry almost knocked away to Ahrens on the left side. He's going to drive. Now gets it out to Winston. 2:13 to go here in the first quarter. Winston in the lane. Blocked at the point of attack. Azubuike the block. Michigan State rejected. And now Kansas the other way for 2 is good. That's Christian Braun, the freshman. And we're tied at 17 with under 2 to play in the first quarter. So both of these teams having a run here early. Kansas started with up 11-2. Michigan State and a run of their own of 15-4. Now 15-6, and we're tied at 17. Winston for 3. That's no good. Rebound Kansas. Abaji gets to Moss, and he'll dunk it. Oh, man. Going up with the two-hand slam was Moss. It's 19-17, and the Jayhawks regain their lead. Isaiah Moss, the senior from Chicago, Illinois. Ahrens with it for Michigan State. It's to Tillman. Tillman, top of the key, 10 to shoot. It's to Watts, to Winston. Oh, to Tillman, almost lost it. Going to drive near the hoop for 2. Too strong. Gets his own rebound. Hands it off to Henry. Henry wondering what to do. He gets to Tillman. Tillman up, no good. Rebound by Kansas. Oh, man, it's almost like they thought about that too much. Just put it up and in, right? Isaiah Moss in for 2. Wild shot, rims in, gets the friendly roll. And it's 21-17, Kansas with the lead. They're outscoring Michigan State in the paint 10-2. Michigan State making a couple of tray balls, a few of them, and that's what's really helped them. Now a 2 is good, 21-19. 40 seconds remaining in this first quarter. Garrett with it near the logo. Hands it off to Abaji. Drives up for 2. That's too strong. Rebound by the Spartans. And there's a 5-second differential between the game and shot clock. And now ahead quickly. Winston, no. Rebound by Azubuike. And the Kansas Jayhawks will slow it down with no shot clock. For 2, Braun off balance. He nails it. Oh, man, off the taller defender. Or over the taller defender, I should say. And it's 23-19 Kansas. Cassius Winston with it. 8 seconds left in the quarter. Probably playing for the last shot of the first quarter here in the Midwest Regional semifinal. 2, no good. And that's the end of the first quarter. 10 minutes left in the first half. 23-19. The 1-seed Kansas over the 4-seed Michigan State. If the first quarter is any indication, this is going to be a great one. So stick with us here on YouTube. We're watching the live Sim Sports College Hoops Tournament. Welcome back to Indianapolis, the site of the Midwest region this season, or this year, I should say. And we are super happy to have you with us. Hunter Baumgart here from Indy as the number 1 seeded Kansas Jayhawks take on the 4-seed Michigan State. Winner to play either Seton Hall or USC coming up on Saturday night. We will see what happens the rest of this ball game. Both teams pretty impressive in the first half. Now, Isaiah Moss, 2, and the foul. They're excited about it. So is the Jayhawk faithful who has made the trip to Indy. 25-19, and Moss will go to the line to try to get a free throw here and make it a 7-point lead for the Jayhawks. Moss getting some contact, the foul on Rocket Watts. Isaiah Moss at the line, senior from Chicago, averages about 8 points this season. Just over 2 rebounds a game as well. Moss ready to shoot the basketball. Rocket Watts still not happy about that foul call. Free throw is up, and it is good, and it's a three-point play. 26-19. Kansas a 7-point lead. Michigan State had come all the way back to lead 17-15, but since then, quick 11-2 run by Kansas, just like they started the game with. And now they're up by 7. Now the ball's just sitting on the court, and everybody's watching it. It was like a spectacle. Everybody was just sitting around and eating their popcorn like a movie. Oh, man, and now it's Michigan State has it. Rocket Watts for 2, no good. Rebound by Kansas. That was weird. It was tipped away, and everybody just stood there. Finally, Tillman of Michigan State grabbed it. Dotson to Moss. Moss drives up 2, too strong. Rebound by Rocket Watts. He's like, I'm not getting called for a foul this time, am I? Gets to Ahrens. Ooh, into a cutting Tillman up for 2. That's a beautiful pass by Ahrens and a beautiful put in by Tillman. 26-21. Dotson with it for Kansas. To Abaji. To McCormick. To Dotson. Dotson with 8 to shoot. Going to drive. Up for 2. That is no good. Rebound by Tillman, and Michigan State quickly. Ahrens near the three-point line, and now he's going to wait for his offense to catch up. Lawyer with it for Michigan State. Lawyer. Top of the key. 3 to shoot. In. Slam at the shot clock buzzer for Xavier Tillman. He's not been super existent, especially in that first half, but in this second quarter so far, he's got 4, and it's 26-23. It's a 3-point game here in the Midwest Regional Semifinal. McCormick to Dotson at the free throw line with 10 to shoot. Almost lost it. Gets to Moss. Back to Dotson. Dotson's just going to run out of there. He's like, I just got to get out of here. 4 to shoot. Dotson to McCormick for 2. You betcha. McCormick nails the 2, and it's 28-23. David McCormick, the sophomore from Norfolk, Virginia, went to Oak Hill Academy in high school. Tillman with it for Michigan State. 15 to shoot. Tillman out to Lawyer. Lawyer to Tillman. Tillman going to drive. Now has to back it out. 6 to shoot. It's to Ahrens. Now to Lawyer for 3. It's too strong off the back iron. And the Kansas Jayhawks with the rebound. Dotson with it. 15 to shoot. Moss to McCormick. McCormick with it for... Oh, just a nice strip, and who's going to come up with it? Kansas is. McCormick. Only 4 to shoot, though. They have to pass it around quickly, and now it's just a steal. Michigan State's like, you're not getting the shot off. Hey, now we have a rejection by McCormick. Who's going to have the ball? The Spartans are going to have the ball, but man, what a block. Malik Hall tried to put it up, and McCormick says, this is my house, even if it's in Indy. 28-23, Winston, Henry, and Kithier come in. Kansas with Dotson, Garrett, Moss, Braun, and Azubuike on the floor. Tillman gets it into Watts. Behind the back, showing his skills. Almost gets it knocked away, though. Almost to a fault. Watts drives. Oh, now he's going to pass to a cutting Tillman. He passed it out to Winston for 3. He misses it. Rebound, Kansas. And Moss brings it down quickly. 6:26 to go in the first half. You're watching the Live Sim Sports College Hoops Tournament. Winner to face either Seton Hall or USC coming up Saturday night. That game coming up right next here on YouTube here from Indy, and I'll have it for you. Moss for 3. Good. Oh, a little bit of a dance move after the shot as well. It's 31-23. Both teams shooting pretty well here so far in this first half. And with just over 6 to play in that first half, Kansas with a 31-23 lead on Michigan State. Winston with it for the Spartans, as the 4-seeded Spartans try to pull the upset. Watts for 2. That's no good. Rebound by Azubuike. Garrett quickly down the floor for the Jayhawks. Jayhawks, of course, coached by Bill Self. Michigan State coached by Tom Izzo, 2 of the most legendary coaches coaching in this game right now. And now 33-23, as a 2 is good for Garrett. He's 2 for 3 from the field. And Kansas back out to a 10-point lead. And speaking of Tom Izzo, he's going to have to call a timeout. He's shaking his head. Azubuike pumped up for Kansas. 33-23, 10-point lead for Kansas. 5:28 to go in the first half. You're watching Live Sim Sports College Hoops Tournament. All right, we are back and ready for basketball in this Midwest Region semifinal. 33-23, Kansas with the lead over Michigan State as we get back to basketball. Michigan State to inbound, and they do. Winston to Kithier, and we have a foul. It's going to be on Dotson, his second. A reach-in foul, so they'll just inbound, 15 to shoot. Game starting up not too long from now. Let's say, what about less than an hour from now? Utah State and Indiana in a 10-11 matchup. Kind of a fascinating matchup there between two teams that weren't necessarily expected to be in the West Region semifinal. As Kansas with a steal. Now we have a foul on Winston. His first, second team foul. It's going to be a blocking foul on him. But yeah, Utah State and Indiana, the 10-seed Utah State Aggies and the 11-seed Indiana Hoosiers. That's coming up in less than an hour here on YouTube. Of course, a different channel, so just check Live Sim Sports and on YouTube as you are right now and see what game. Well, of course, we'll have Seton Hall USC coming up next, as that is a foul inside another foul. Watts called for the foul. Literally, I think maybe we had one or two fouls until the last minute. We've had three. So Dotson will go to the line. Watts called for what I believe is his second. Tom Izzo very stoic on the bench. 33-23. Kansas trying to add to their lead here. No good. If you're just joining us, Aaron's trying to tell his coach how to coach a little bit. Kind of offering some suggestions. But if you're just joining us, Kansas went out to an 11-2 lead. Michigan State then came back to take a 17-15 lead. But since then, Kansas has went on an 18-6 run as he misses both free throws. And now find themselves up 10. Michigan State for two. Good. Ooh, Rocket Watts a little hook shot, if you will. Off balance. 33-25. 4:42 to go in the first half. Dotson to Azubuike. Jayhawks with it. 4:35 to go in the half. Garrett on the right side. Good to have you with us here on YouTube. Azubuike to Moss. 6 to shoot. To Dotson for a deep three. He nails it. How about that for Devin Dotson? And it's 36-25. Kansas opens up an 11-point lead on the 4-seed Spartans. Kansas Jayhawk fans liking it here in Indy. Tillman up for two. That is too strong. Rebound Azubuike. And Kansas brings it down the floor. Garrett with it between the circles. Now behind the three-point line. Now he's going to just take it to the logo and let his offense run around in front of him. Azubuike to Dotson. 5 to shoot for Devin Dotson. Almost lost it. He's going to have to take a deep three here, and he will. Off balance. No. Rebound back to Isaiah Moss for three. No good. Rebound Michigan State. And the Spartans secured. Oh, all the way up to Henry. Very quickly there. Henry almost lost it. Gets to Winston. Back to Henry. 13 to shoot. Henry guarded by Dotson. Gets to Tillman. Tillman resetting the offense. Gets to Watts for three. That's no good. Rebound by Kansas. And the Jayhawks bring it up the floor. Braun in the lane. He's going to pass it out. He will to Dotson. 3:13 to go in the first half. Dotson on the right side. In front of the Jayhawk bench. Azubuike. Up for two. Good. Points to the bench. Says, you bet. You bet. We're up 13. 38-25. Kansas. Timeout. Tom Izzo. And the Spartans got to call timeout, and they got to talk it over. 38-25. Michigan State, we got a little bit of injury maybe there. We'll keep an eye on. Little rotating shoulder. We'll keep it here for this timeout. 38-25, Kansas with the lead. 2:57 to go in this first half. Winner of this game, like I said, will play either the 3-seed Seton Hall or the 10-seed USC. That game coming up next here from Indy, and I'll have it for you here on YouTube. That game will be Saturday evening. For the winner going to the Final Four, we've got, let me see. We've got Saturday night. We've got a 6:39 Eastern Time tip for the Midwest Region Final. The final 8 teams. So, there you go. All right, Tillman gets it into Hall. As Michigan State tries to go on a little bit of a comeback here before halftime. Maybe the goal would be cut it to single digits. Maybe 7 or 8 point deficit before halftime would be swell, and I think Tom Izzo would agree. Winston on the left side. 5 to shoot. Watts for three. Good. That's a big three coming out of the timeout for Rocket Watts. And it's 38-28. Watts, the freshman from Detroit. 38-28, 10-point lead. Azubuike slams it home, and he says, well, you know what? You're going to take a three on the other end. I'm going to put it home on the other end. 40-28. Winston into Tillman. Driving on Azubuike. Azubuike blocks it and gets, oh man, he is just dominating. Dunk on one end and a block on the other. How about an alley-oop? That's disrupted inside. And now here we go. Hall has it. Going to get it across to Winston. An open three. You betcha. Never doubted it. 40-31, a 9-point lead for Kansas. 2 minutes to go in the half. So out of that timeout, a 6-2 run by Michigan State has them down 9. Moss with it in the corner. Gets it to Dotson. He's going to drive in the lane for 2. No. Rebound Dotson. He gets his own rebound. Standing there. Gets it out to Agbaji. Now gets to Garrett for 3. No good. Rebound by Tillman, and the Michigan State Spartans quickly up the floor. Hall with it. 1:32 to go in this first half. Watts for Michigan State. Tillman 10 to shoot. Tillman to Watts for 3. They are just nailing tray ball after tray ball, and it's 40-34. Man, oh man, coming out of that timeout, a 9-2 run. Bill Self not happy over there, standing and shaking his head. Kansas for 2. Good in the foul. Cassius Winston second. Devin Dotson will go to the line to try to make it a 3-point play. That's a big play for Kansas. Of course, stopping the run, getting the 2 to go. Still, Bill Self not too happy about it, but just not happy about the last sequence that happened out of that timeout. But I'm sure he's happy a little bit about this opportunity for a 3-point play. Dotson up and good. 43-34. Michigan State will bring it down. Watts. Both teams shooting 50% at the line. 2 is up and good on the foul. So Watts goes on the other end and answers for Michigan State. Garrett with the foul. It's 43-36. Rocket Watts has 18 already. Man, oh man, oh man, oh man, oh man. We'll try to make it a 6-point game with 58.5 seconds to go in this first half. Coming up at halftime, we'll send you to the guys for the halftime show. And it'll be, we'll have stats and highlights and all the good stuff you want at halftime. It's good. 43-37. 6-point game here in Indy. Lucas Oil Stadium, home of the Indianapolis Colts, who signed Phillip Rivers. How are they going to do with Phillip Rivers? I'm not sure. It's going to be interesting. They've had some interesting stuff happen with their quarterbacks, of course, with Andrew Luck retiring. Watts in the lane. Now passes it out to nobody, and it's on the ground, and Tillman picks it up. Oh, man. Tillman. Baseline now out to Winston, to Henry. 7 to shoot. Henry drives. Henry for 2. That's a foul. It's going to be on Azubuike, his first. And so going to the line will be Aaron Henry. Tom Izzo telling his team what to do. Aaron Henry, the sophomore from Indy, so he's playing at home here. Bill Self clearly not happy. Oh, man. He is really fired up over there, as you can see. He's still walking around over there. You can see him in the far part of your screen. It is up and good for Henry. 43-38. He'll try to make it a 4-point game. I said just a couple of minutes ago, if they get within 7 to 8, but they might get it within 3 or 4 at halftime. Up and good. 43-39. Be sure to follow Live Sim Sports on Twitter for all of the updates on the schedule, the score, everything. Just follow Live Sim Sports on Twitter. You get the schedules for the remaining games of the tournament. Also, highlights posted on there. Schedule at Live Sim Sports on Twitter. All right, 3 to shoot here. Dotson for 3, and it's going to be no good. Rebound by Michigan State with 1, and that'll be the end of the half. I don't know if he got it off. It doesn't matter. 43-39. Kansas with a 4-point lead. It's been a great first half, and it's going to be a great second half. So stick with us for the halftime show and after. Right here on YouTube, you're watching the Live Sim Sports College Hoops Tournament. The 1-seed Kansas up 43-39 on the 4-seed Michigan State. Take you to the halftime show now on the Live Sim Sports College Hoops Tournament YouTube channel. And welcome back to Lucas Oil Stadium here for the Midwest Regional Semifinal. The Kansas Jayhawks with a 43-39 lead on Michigan State. We are underway, 9:53 to go here in this third quarter. Michigan State with the basketball. Hunter Baumgart with you from Indianapolis. Super excited to have you for the second half. It's going to be a great one. Stick with us. No good on the three, so Kansas will bring it down. Jayhawks with a 43-39 lead, a very back and forth first half. And that's what got us to this 4-point lead. Oh, Abaji for two. Good. 45-39. And Michigan State will bring it down the floor. Michigan State and Kansas, two teams you see in you see them in the late rounds of the tournament every single year, nearly every single year. It is rare that neither of these teams are in the Final Eight or the Final Four, any of these teams or any of those rounds. Isaiah Moss with it now for Kansas after Michigan State misses another shot. Now a three is good from Marcus Garrett, and the Jayhawks open up a 9-point lead quickly in this second half, and the Spartans going to have to answer here. 8:53 to go in the third. Watts with it, almost knocked away, got it back. It's to Winston on the right side. Coming up after this here on YouTube, we've got Seton Hall and USC. It's going to be a good one. A 3-seed Seton Hall, a 10-seed USC, because we've got a reach and foul on Moss. Michigan State will retain possession. But, USC, upset-minded USC. They beat Creighton, the 2-seed in this Midwest region last weekend. So now they are trying to upset the 3-seed Seton Hall. We'll have to stick around for that one after this. Watts for two. No good, but a foul. He goes crashing to the floor. Azubuike called for the foul. Second in the last minute for Kansas. And we'll see the replay here. Goes up for the two, and clearly, oh boy, almost like a bear hug there. Don't think you can quite tackle him to the ground there, Udoka Azubuike, but I'm sure he didn't try to, but they're going to actually call that, flagrant foul there. I don't blame him. Kind of tackled him. Kind of like sacking the quarterback. All right, free throw is no good. Got to take advantage of these opportunities if you're the Spartans against a 1-seed. Mott's up and good. So he makes one of two. It's 48-40. And now they'll get the basketball. They could make it a 4-point play or at least a 3-point play. 3-point possession, I should say. Hall with it. Hall to Winston. Nice little pass to Tillman. Tillman thinking about what to do. Now he's going to get it out to Watts, who missed one of the free throws. He made the other. Watts to for two. No good. Rebound. Gotten by Tillman. Gets it out to Winston for three. It's a 4-point possession for the Spartans. 48-43. No one other than Cassius Winston, the leading scorer for the Spartans from East Lansing, Michigan. And it's 48-43. Under 8 to play in the third. Dotson with it for Kansas. Dotson out to Garrett. Surprised there's not more Spartans fans in this crowd. Of course, East Lansing not incredibly far from Indy, especially compared to Kansas. But that is no good after the shot clock nearly expired. Hall with the rebound for Michigan State. But so a lot of Jayhawk fans in the crowd. You can hear them many a time. Tillman up for two. Good. 48-45, and Bill Self wants to talk it over. Tillman excited. Michigan State with a big comeback here so far. 48-45 after Kansas was up 48-39. We'll be right back. You're watching Live Sim Sports College Hoops Tournament. We are back. Kansas with a 3-point lead, the 1-seed, trying to get to the Midwest Regional Final. Round of 8. Coming up on Saturday night. Garrett with it for Kansas. He's on the left side for the Jayhawks. Thanks to all those watching here on the YouTube channel for Live Sim Sports. Hunter Baumgart here with you. You can follow me on Twitter at HunterBeOnAir. I'm a play-by-play announcer from Wisconsin. Dotson for two, no good. Rebound Michigan State, and they could tie it on this possession. Oh, but they throw it away. Oh, they're actually going to say tipped out of bounds by Abaji. So Michigan State will retain possession. And it will remain Spartans basketball. Tillman to get it in. Ooh, Winston was open over there. Interesting they didn't pass it. Now he's open again. They get it to him. Now into, Hall for two, and the foul is good. And the Michigan State Spartans can tie the game with a free throw after Hall gets an and one. Garrett not happy with the call. Tom Izzo is, of course. Yeah, Garrett complaining that he didn't really touch him. Bill Self not really backing up his player over there. All right, Hall at the free throw line. He's going to try to tie it. It is up, and it is good, and it's a 9-0 run to come back and tie it for the Spartans. Kansas went on a quick 5-0 run to start the half, but Michigan State has come back with a 9-0 run, and we're tied at 48 with 6:48 to go in the third. Plenty of time left. Dotson, he's fouled. Tillman called for the foul. And Dotson will go to the line and shoot a couple. Tillman's first. And the first on Michigan State in this second half. Izzo puts his head down and he's kind of thinking what's going on over there. Just kind of pondering everything. All right, Dotson. Good. 49-48. Kansas regains the lead. Kansas beating 16 seed in the first round, but then beating Florida in what was a very much game like this. They would get out to a lead, then Florida came back, and then eventually Kansas pulled away in the end. Dotson no good, rebound Tillman, but it was very much a close game with two storied programs, and that's what it's been. Hall with it for Michigan State, gets it to Tillman. Tillman out to Winston. Winston dribbling with the basketball, 5 to shoot. He's going to drive. Lane opens up. He's going to post up for two. Good, no good, but a dunk for Tillman. Cleaning up the scraps. 11-1 run in the last 2 minutes and 15 seconds for Michigan State. They're up 1. Dotson stolen away by Cassius Winston. He's across the timeline. Winston in the lane for two. No good, but a foul. Abaji going to be called for the foul. That's the fourth on Kansas in this, just not even 4 minutes into the second half, and Bill Self is beside himself. That rhymed because Bill Self is beside himself. There you go. 50-49 Michigan State, and at the line is Cassius Winston to shoot a pair of free throws from the charity stripe. Up and good. 51-49 Michigan State. Free throw up and coming. Spartans now up 3. 52-49 Michigan State. Moss across the timeline as Kansas now find themselves down 3. If they were a 1 seed to go down, you'd be disappointed. Dotson for two. Good off the glass. 52-51, and Tom Izzo wants to talk it over. Oh, he's just not happy about that possession. Clapping his hands and saying, Tillman continues to work that shoulder. 52-51 Michigan State. 5:50 to go in the third. You're watching the Live Sim Sports College Hoops Tournament. We are back in Indy. Kansas down 1 with 5:50 to go in this third quarter. And they'll inbound, they do. 5:47 to go in the third. Ahrens with the basketball for the Spartans. Winston with it. Spartans up by 1. Now a 3. No good. Rebound fought for, and Kansas with the rebound. 5:30 to go in the third. We play 4 10-minute quarters, so it equals just like a college game. 20-minute halves. Make it as realistic as possible for you here at the Live Sim Sports College Hoops Tournament, and happy to have you with us here on YouTube. Now, Abaji going to drive, put it up for 2. That is no good. Rebound, though, by McCormick, and Kansas with a second opportunity. Moss with it. Moss to Dotson. Dotson, 2 to shoot. Deep 3. No good. Rebound, McCormick. Put it up for 2. Good. Third time's the charm for the Jayhawks. And they've taken a 53-52 lead. Utah State and Indiana getting ready to play their regional game from L.A. The game coming up here on YouTube. 2 is good. And it is 54-53. That 2 made by the Spartans, Aaron Henry. And now we have a timeout by Bill Self and the Jayhawks. Let's reset you on the schedule coming up. 54-53 Michigan State, 4:31 to go in the third. We'll keep it here for this timeout. So the 10-seed Utah State Aggies will play the 11-seed Indiana. That's coming up just after this one. Seton Hall and USC will play at 8:09 Eastern. I'll have that for you here from Indy. Of course, we need to get these teams off the court, get Seton Hall and USC on the court to warm up and everything. That's coming up. And then the late game tonight is the 1-seed Gonzaga Bulldogs against the 12-seed Cincinnati Bearcats, who are very impressive in their upset win over the Wisconsin Badgers. So that is the schedule for the rest of this evening. And then the other 2 1-seeds, Baylor and Dayton, play tomorrow. Baylor faces Auburn. Dayton faces Duke. Also, 2 other 2-6 matchups. Villanova, the 2-seed, faces the 6-seed St. Mary's, and the 2-seed San Diego State takes on the 6-seed Michigan. So those are the teams that are left. And we've got the final 16 teams. We've got this round tonight and tomorrow. Then the final 8 will play on Saturday and Sunday, and we'll be on to the final 4. Garrett for 2, no good. Rebound, putback is good by Azubuike, and it's 55-54. Both teams trading leads here in Indianapolis Lucas Oil Stadium. Hunter Baumgart here with you. So hopefully you could catch all that schedule update. Go to Live Sim Sports on Twitter, at Live Sim Sports on Twitter. Arons for 3, no good. Rebound, Kansas. Go to their Twitter handle to find out all of the scores and schedules, etc. 2 is up and good for Dotson, and it's for Garrett, and it's 57-54. Michigan State down finds themselves down 3. Henry to Arons on the right side. To Brown. Now to Winston. Brown in there for Michigan State. Hasn't gotten a lot of playing time so far. See if he can be a key cog down the stretch. Arons, 1 to shoot. Puts it up for 2. Too strong. Rebound rebound Garrett. And Kansas brings it down. 3:15 to go in the third. Now a 2 is up by Braun. No good. Rebound by the Michigan State Spartans. And they've got the basketball. Driving baseline out now to Arons. 15 to shoot. To Henry. Jayhawk faithful. Chanting defense here at Lucas Oil Stadium in Indianapolis in the Midwest Regional semifinal here in Indy. Henry nearly loses it. Arons just has to shoot it, and he missed it. Oh, man, oh, man. Now the ball's just sitting there. And, Brown says, you know what? The ball's sitting there. I'm a basketball player. I should go grab it. And that's what he does. 2 is up and high off the glass and good for Cassius Winston. 57-56. And Kansas will bring down the floor. Cassius Winston this season averaging just over 18.5 points a game. He's the leading scorer for Tom Izzo's squad. Garrett with it for Kansas. 11 to shoot. Thank you to all those watching in Kansas tonight. Garrett, 2, no. Rebound Azubuike, gets to Braun. Braun, 8 to shoot, drives. In the lane, still in the lane. Now backs it out. Now a 3 to shoot. Kind of indecisive here. He's going to put up a 2. He fell down. No good. No foul. And Arons brings it down for Michigan State. Under 2 to play in the third. And now a 3. Good for Michigan State. 59-57. And the Kansas Jayhawks with the basketball find themselves down 2. Bill Self wants a timeout. So there you go. 59-57. The lead continues to change here in Indy. 1:48 to go in the third. You're watching Live Sim Sports College Hoops Tournament. And welcome back here in the Live Sim Sports College Hoops Tournament here in Indy. Hunter Baumgart with you. The 1 seed Kansas Jayhawks down 2 to the 4 seed Michigan State Spartans, and the Jayhawks will inbound to Dotson. Moss for 3. Good, and the Jayhawks take the lead, 60-59. Coming out of that timeout by Bill Self, they drew it up for Moss to take a tray ball, and he nails it. Michigan State with the basketball now. Henry with it. Henry. Ooh, into a slam dunk for Michigan State's Thomas Githier, a sophomore from Clarkston, Michigan. And it's 61-60. Both teams just trading off leading this basketball game here in the second half. 1:10 to go in the third means 11:10 to go in the game. Dotson in the lane for 2. Good. And the Jayhawks now up by 1, 62-61. This is shaping up to be the best game of the tournament, or one of them. Best game that I've called for sure. I did some games in Omaha and Tampa in that first round and second round, but this has been fantastic. Winston, 2. No good. Blocked. Kansas comes out of there with it. 37 seconds to go in the third. They get it into Azubuike, who puts it up for 2. He missed it, but he's going to get fouled by Kithier. And he is absolutely dumbfounded that he was called for the foul. Azubuike says, don't argue. You know what you did. Let's see. Maybe ticky-tack? I don't know. Either way, Tom Izzo not going to give any expression on that one. 62-61. And going to the line will be Azubuike. Coming into this round of the final 16 teams of the tournament, very evenly matched, very evenly balanced between conferences and how many teams are left in each conference. No good by Azubuike. 3 Big Ten teams remain. 2 Big East, Big 12, Mountain West, and WCC teams. And then you have 1 team from all of the above. AAC, ACC, Atlantic 10, Pac-12, and SEC. So nearly all of the conferences are represented. It is up and good, at least the major ones. So a no-good free throw and 2 no-good free throws still makes it 62-61, and Cassius Winston makes him pay from the corner on the opposite end, 64-62. Michigan State with a 2-point lead. There is a 5-second differential between the game and the shot clock. Dotson with it for Kansas. He's going to drive, put it up for 2. That's no good. Put back Azubuike, and we're tied at 64 in Indy with 16 seconds left in the third quarter. Winston with it. See if they play for the final shot of the quarter. They just might. Winston, 8 to shoot, 7. I think they will now. 6, 5, 4. Winston almost gets it stolen. Henry for 3. That's no good. And that's the end of the third. And man, 64-64. It's a tie game between the 1 and 4 seed. 2 storied programs, 2 storied coaches battling it out. 10 minutes left. We'll be back with the fourth. We're tied at 64 from Indy. All right, we are back. 10 minutes remain. One of these teams moving on to the final 8 of this tournament. The other heading home, and their season finished. Michigan State tying for the Big Ten championship this season with both Maryland and Wisconsin. Kansas won the Big 12. A 3 is good, and the Jayhawks with a 67-64 lead as Marcus Garrett, the junior from Dallas, Texas, nails it from downtown. 9:34 to go. Winston to Ahrens. Gets it to Henry. Henry with it for the Spartans. Hands it off to Winston, 10 to shoot. Michigan State down 3. Winston, a lot of good ball handling. Gets it into Tillman. Makes some space. Puts it up for 2 and uses the glass. 67-66. 9:11, 9:10 to go in this game from Indianapolis, Lucas Oil Stadium. Good to have you with us here on YouTube. Hunter Baumgart here. You can follow me on Twitter at HunterBeOnAir. I'm a play-by-play announcer from Wisconsin. Be sure to follow Live Sim Sports on Twitter as well, though, because they will have all the scores and schedules and highlights that you need. 2 is no good. Rebound fought for, and Michigan State with the rebound. Cassius Winston. He gets it ahead to Watts. Watts in the lane for two. Good. And the Michigan State Spartans regain the lead 68-67. Neither team has pulled away. Watts having a nice night. 22 points. Dotson leading Kansas with 16. Moss with it. Moss in the lane driving for two. That's no good. Rebound Tillman with 8:20 to go. Michigan State up one. Ahrens with the basketball for the Spartans at the free throw line. Ahrens gets it out to Watts. Watts hands it off to Tillman. 10 to shoot. Now it's stolen away by the Jayhawks, and they can take the lead. Jayhawk faithful liking it here in Indianapolis. Garrett with the basketball. Winner to play the 3-seed Seton Hall or the 10-seed USC coming up a little later at 8:09 Eastern here on Live Sim Sports YouTube. Now a dunk by Azubuike to give the Jayhawks the lead. As you can see, the fans very loud but still remaining in their seats. 69-68. And now Tom Izzo wants to call a timeout. 69-68. Oh, what a game. 7:41 to go. Kansas with a 1-point lead. You're watching the Live Sim Sports College Hoops Tournament. We are back. 7:41 to go in the game. Michigan State to inbound. Hunter Baumgart with you from Indianapolis. Henry to Ahrens. Ahrens has it for Michigan State. Out to Winston. Top of the key. To Henry. Henry spins. Nice. Oh, tried to be too fancy, I think, with the basketball there. Abaji now with it for Kansas. Alley-oop to Azubuike. 71-68. Kansas with a 3-point lead. 7:12 to go in regulation. I can't really say the game. Oh, now we have some effort diving on the floor. Dotson and Henry. And it'll remain with the Spartans. Bill Self a little worried, I think, about his team. Ooh, don't be diving on the floor. We can't get you injured now. We've made it this far. Ahrens with it. 7:04 to go. Kansas faithful chanting defense. Oh, it's a nail-biter here from Indy. Ahrens in the lane for two. Rejected by Azubuike. Puts it back up and no, they're going to say shot clock violation before he got that shot off. It would have been a 2 for Ahrens. Kyle Ahrens, the senior from Ohio, but could not get it off in time. Azubuike, just such a dominant player inside, both on the offense and defensive side. Alley-oop on one end and a block on the other. Abaji with it for Kansas. 6:40 to go. 2. No. Tillman, rebound. And the Spartans bring it down. Abaji not all that great tonight. How about a 3? No good. Rebound Tillman. Put it up for 2. No, but a foul. And Abaji going to be called for the foul. He is just irate. He cannot believe it. Bill Self has zero reaction. Just kind of watching everything happen. 71-68. And going to the line will be Tillman to shoot 2 free throws. Xavier Tillman, the junior from Grand Rapids, Michigan. A lot of players on this Michigan State team from Michigan. Very homegrown team, and they're very proud to play for obviously one of the top 2 schools in the state. All right, some substitutions here. Henry, Hall, Tillman, Watson, Winston on the floor for Michigan State. 6:29 to go. Michigan State down 2 to the Jayhawks. Michigan State trying to pull the upset. Beat both Vermont and Yale in their first 2 games of the tournament. This is obviously their biggest test, and they've lived up to it so far. Kansas up by 1. Nothing against Vermont or Yale, but you understand what I'm saying, especially against a 1 seed. Doesn't get much tougher than that. Kansas, a team that this season went 28-3, 17-1 of the Big 12. 2 is too strong. Rebound by Watts, and Michigan State brings it down 1. Hall with it. Ooh, inside to Winston, and the Michigan State Spartans have the lead, 72-71. Winston cutting through the baseline, piercing up the defense, and putting it up for 2. 6 minutes left. Garrett with it. Stolen away. Cassius Winston doing everything. That's Watts. He's doing everything, too. Watts up for 2. That is no good. Rebound, Dotson. Kind of rush there, I think. Maybe wait for your offense to get down there. There, Rocket. Love the name, though. Rocket Watts. Just fantastic name. Love the first name there. Dotson into Azubuike. He knows how to work inside. You betcha, go get you for Azubuike. 73-72. He's got 18 points, all of them in the paint. He is just dominant inside. Watts near the logo, driving. Now gets to Hall. 13 to shoot. Hall up for two. No good. Rebound by Azubuike. And the Jayhawks bring it down quickly up the floor. Oh, in for two. Good. All they had to do was pass it to a couple of players and finally get it to Marcus Garrett, who puts it up and in. 75-72. Kansas with a 3-point lead. Winston with it for Michigan State. To Tillman for the tie. You bet. And the Spartans tie it at 75. It's with 4:50 left. Oh, man, what a game. Tied at 75. Both teams shooting very well tonight. Garrett to Dotson for the Jayhawks. Garrett. 10 to shoot. Driving. Up for two. Nice move. 77-75. Very smooth for Garrett, who's got 17. 7 for 11 from the field. That's a great shot percentage right there. Man, oh, man. Just under 70%. And this is tipped around, and there's just a Jayhawks ball. Azubuike tipped it away, and Winston tried to save it. Not sure why Winston tried to save it there, and neither does Tom Izzo. If he lets that ball go, I think it's Spartans' ball, but he tries to save it and ends up going out of bounds with the basketball. So Kansas with it. That could prove to be a big turning point if Kansas kind of turns on the Jets here. Garrett with it. Ooh, into a cutting Moss for two, no good, but a foul on Tillman. Going to send Moss to the line to shoot two. .4:11 to go in this game. A couple of big free throws here for Moss. Basically every shot is a big one now. All right, dribbles the basketball, gets set. Free throw up, and it is good. 3-point lead now for Kansas. Isaiah Moss, the senior from Chicago, Illinois. Thanks to all those watching in Illinois tonight. Thanks to all of you watching around the country and around the world if you are. Here on the Live Sim Sports YouTube channel. We've got a good one. Utah State and Indiana coming up. We've also got the next one here from Indy, Seton Hall and USC, the 3-10 matchup. The winner plays winner of this one, 79-75 Kansas. We'll see if it's Kansas. We'll see if it's Michigan State. Both teams have come back when they've been down in this game. Winston up for two. No good. Rebound Tillman, though. He puts it up. He's blocked by Azubuike, and a rebound by Kansas. Oh, the crowd loved it. Quickly stood up, quickly sat down. Very, all in unison. How about that? Dotson with it for Kansas. Gets it to Moss. 3:43 to go. Azubuike with just block after block inside. He should be, he may not have the most points for Kansas, but I think he should be the player of the game as Michigan State steals it. Of course, if Kansas wins. Michigan State with the basketball. Winston for three. No good. That would have been a big shot for the Spartans. Kansas brings it down. Abaji with it. Look at Watts' comparison. First half, 19. As that might have been Watts who shot that three, but 19 in the first half, 3 in the second half as this is knocked away, but Dotson secures it. 8 to shoot, though. Dotson in the lane for two. No good, but a foul on Tillman, his third. And Philman is saying, I don't understand how that can be a foul. Oh, man. And Tom Izzo just saying, I'm not going to say anything. I'm just going to be silent. That's what Izzo's thinking. 79-75. Don't want to do anything crazy with 3:07 left. But Tillman just couldn't believe it. So Dotson at the line to shoot two. First one is up and good. 80-75. So Kansas knocking down 3 free throws to go up 5 here. Moss getting 2 just a bit ago to make it a 79-75 game. And now Dotson going to try to make his trip to the line also 100%. And he does. 81-75. 3:06 to go. Hunter Baumgart with you from Indy. Tillman. Into Winston for two. Blocked by Azubuike again. That guy just has a magnet for the ball. Agbaji in the lane. Up for two. Moss good. 83-75. Timeout Spartans, and Kansas can feel it a little bit here. Michigan State, they need to go on a run. 2:50 left. 83-75. You're watching the Live Sim Sports College Hoops Tournament. Time for the T-shirt toss. we are back. The 1-seed Kansas Jayhawks. As I said, the player of the game, Udoka Azubuike, he's just been fantastic tonight. Not only the scoring, and you'll see a lot of the highlights here, some dunks, but his defensive effort has been exceptional. The 1-seed Kansas Jayhawks trying to hold on to beat the 4-seed Michigan State Spartans. This game has been a back-and-forth game all game long, and now Kansas with an 8-point lead. And if this game follows the suit as it has, follows suit, or follows how it's went the last, the whole game, Michigan State's going to come back, but we shall see. Rocket Watts. He's only got 3 in this first half. He had 19 3 in this half. He had 19 in the first half. Now no good. Kansas with the rebound. Dotson out to that is Dotson for 3. No good. Rebound Tillman. Oh man, his speaking has just left me. I apologize to all those watching, but I will try to be better here. Cassius Winston with it. 2:10 to go. Watts now with it on the right side. Watts in the lane. 4 to shoot. Puts it up for 2. No good. They can't buy a shot all of a sudden. Kansas with under 2 to play with the lead. Garrett. Ooh, into Azubuike. 2 is good. And it's 85-75. Azubuike now at 20. And the Jayhawks can sense a Final 8 berth here. Winston. And the Spartans need some quick baskets. In the lane. Out to Hall. 8 to shoot. Hall. Still dribbling around. Gets to Watts. 2 to shoot. Watts for 3. That's not the shot they wanted. It's no good. And Kansas the rebound. Got to get a better shot than that at this point, especially with the shot clock winding down. Moss for 2. Good, and the foul. Hall called for the foul. He doesn't like it. Neither does Izzo. And that just might do it for the season of the Spartans. They gave it all they had tonight, and it was close for nearly the entire game. But Kansas has really pulled away here. 10-0 run for them. At least a 10-0 run. 87-75. Free throw coming to try to make it a 3-point play for Moss. It is up and it is good. And it's 88-75. And Michigan State playing for some pride now. Winston across the timeline. Looks like Kansas will either play Seton Hall or USC. That game coming up next here in Indy in just a bit. 8:09 Eastern. Winston no good, but a slam by Tillman. Oh man. He's making the most out of his last couple of minutes of the season. Garrett brings it down, 88-77. Michigan State playing some defense, but looks like they're not fouling yet. A minute to go. Who knows if they will even foul down this much. 2 is up and no good. Rebound Michigan State. They need quick buckets. Down 11. Winston across the timeline. Gets to Henry. 46 seconds left. Henry with it. Henry top of the key, right side to Watts. Into Tillman. Tillman just sitting there, 3 to shoot. Can't take the whole shot clock. Henry 3 no good. Rebound Tillman, put back good. He's been exceptional at putbacks tonight. 88-79. 6-second differential between the game and shot clock. Looks like Michigan State will not foul. They'll just try to play good defense here. Dotson in the lane for 2. That's no good. Rebound Azubuike puts it up and in. And that is going to do it. 90-79. Kansas is going to move on to the Final 8 of this Live Sim Sports College Hoops Tournament and either face the 3-seed Seton Hall or the 10-seed USC. We'll have that tip coming for you at 8:09 Eastern here from Indy. I'll be with you. No good. Kansas the rebound. And the Jayhawks, the 1-seed, hold on and beat a tough, upset-minded Tom Izzo-led Michigan State Spartans team. Final here from Indianapolis in the first game of the Midwest Regional Semifinals. Kansas 90, Michigan State 79. Thanks so much for watching. I'll be with you for Seton Hall USC coming up in just a bit. Stick with us here on YouTube. Enjoy some Utah State and Indiana action. Again, this has been Hunter Baumgart here from Indianapolis. You were watching the Live Sim Sports College Hoops Tournament.